We're going to officially start if you want to hit record. There we go. Hi, my name is Kaleen O'Connor. Again, I'm tuning in from the Tampa Bay area of Florida, USA on the Gulf Coast, specifically a little town called Clearwater, Florida. Really glad that you all are with us tonight or tomorrow, whatever, tonight or morning time, whatever time zone you're in. You're in for a treat. First, I just want to say thank you for actually creating the time to show up and participate in this phenomenal webinar, because we know we're all busy people managing all kinds of amazing things in our life, right? So I invite you to dive into the world of cellular health tonight. If this is your first time tuning in with us as a guest, the person that invited you obviously may or may not also be here on the presentation, but make sure at the end that you go back to them, thank them, let you know that you tuned in, and we will happily answer questions, but you can also get your questions answered from them. So again, we're going to dive into the world of cellular health. And I like to kind of think of 4 building blocks with the body. The body loves to have good food and nutrition. So that would be one building block. We also love to have good sleep. That's important. At least the body does, right? Sometimes we get excited and don't go to sleep, but our bodies do better with that. The next thing is motion, which you could call exercise. Bodies like to move. We don't do well when we sit in chairs all day. But the fourth one is the universe that we're going to dive into tonight, which is cellular health. Really talking on a foundational level, because the body is nothing but cells, on, you know, a new understanding of how that's functioning. That is super exciting and not known across the world, believe it or not, yet at this point. Sometimes new discoveries take time to get across the planet. So there are many reasons why people look at, from this new discovery of how the body does repair itself, has come a whole health technology. And people like to look at this because they might have a health challenge themselves, or you might have a loved one who has a health challenge, or you might be an athlete on an amateur or professional level that just wants to have better endurance or recovery. And also, we're all aging, so you might just want to look younger and feel stronger as you age. That could be another reason why you might look at this. And also, with a breakthrough of this magnitude comes incredible opportunity. So some people come and look at this because there is a financial opportunity to earn additional income by helping others. So whatever reason or reasons you've joined us tonight, listen from that viewpoint. You're guaranteed to potentially learn something you didn't know before, or get better understanding if you have had a bit of introduction to this. And we're going to have a phenomenal presenter, a live testimony tonight. And then I'm going to come back at the end and help educate you all briefly on how to take advantage of the resources of this breakthrough. Also, we will then have live question and answer. So do me a favor, throughout the presentation, if you have a question, put it in the chat box, because we will address it at the end of the presentation, and or write it down so you don't forget. Because the moment that we've ended the presentation, we'll invite you to ask questions, and that's when you can do that. And we love that, because again, this is all about increasing our understanding collectively as a group, okay? So with that, I would like to introduce a phenomenal partner that I get to work with every week. It's a pure joy. He's coming to us all the way from the Gold Coast of Australia. He's an amazing dad. He's an amazing entrepreneur and leader to his team. And as you will find out tonight, an incredible educator. So we're all very privileged to have Stevie Aquilina join us and teach us about this phenomenal health breakthrough. So Stevie, over to you.
Hey, thank you very much, Kaleen. Can you hear me and see me okay? Awesome.
You're good to go.
Awesome. All right. Your introduction of me every week is getting nicer and better. It's going to cost me more and more money, I think. I think you're trying to...
Yeah, you can pay me later. That's right.
I think you're going for a pay rise. No, absolutely. We love you, Kaleen. You know, you're a tremendous leader. Very strong, very intelligent woman, but boy, does this gal have heart. She like really sincerely wants to better people's lives, be a force for good in the world. And it's boundless, it's borderless. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. Of course, in her team or not, she's there to lend you a very capable and helping and loving hand. So really appreciate you bringing me here and holding everyone together every single week here, Kaleen. All right, folks, and thank you to you. If you're joining us for the first time or relatively the first time, a big welcome. your friend obviously holds you to a significant level in their heart, because this is a very significant piece of information that you are going to be given this evening. And for those of you that are here every week and bring back people every week, we love you and we thank you for your support. Let's dive straight into this. I'm going to share my screen. And what we're going to be sharing with you this evening, oh, and do stick around, make sure you stick around, because we have the great, one of the, not just one of the greats, but one of the greatest of all time in this organization. Dan Doyle is on the line, and he's going to be speaking after me. So you're definitely going to want to hear Dan's story, and you're definitely going to want to get some answers from him when it comes to your Q&A time. He is a world authoritarian of authorities. All right. So what we'll be sharing with you this evening is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. It is a category creating breakthrough. And it, according to medical experts, is an incredibly big deal. They're saying that it is as big, probably if not bigger, than the discovery of DNA, than the discovery of penicillin, but goes deeper than that. This is a very exciting and entirely new frontier in science, unlike anything you have ever seen before, that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. This is a breakthrough with enormous potential, validated by world-renowned universities and world-leading laboratory studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, and drug companies wanted to shut it down. And what you're going to learn about this evening is, no matter whatever your health goal is, remarkable results, unlike anything you've seen before. So before I tell you what this is, I'd like to be very clear about what this is not. This is not a drug, thank goodness. It's also not a vitamin, mineral, or antioxidant formula. It's also not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots, magical 5,000-year-old tree, essential oils, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other really good stuff out there. ASEA goes beyond nutrition. It goes beyond mere ingredients. And again, it goes beyond probably anything you've ever seen before. This is a sincere use of the term breakthrough when we say that this is a category creating breakthrough. ASEA Redox cell signaling technology. It contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, they are the exact same cellular messages that are made natively within your body that affect gene expression in a positive way, helping to detect and protect your healthy cells, detect and repair your unhealthy cells, detect and replace your damaged cells that are too damaged to be repaired, activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection, and keep your cells functioning the way they should at healthy, optimal levels. Why is this important? Well, it's probably the most important thing to talk about when it comes to your health, because we are all made of cells, entirely made of cells from head to toe, inside out. Therefore, we live and die at the cellular level. Basically, healthy cells, healthy life. Now, the problem is that with age, diet, stress, toxins, and other assaults from within our environment, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make and use redox molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more, and so does our body, our health, our wellness, our youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with world-renowned universities and leading laboratories. They take their product, put it into the hand of these very reputable organizations, and they say, here, you test it. Not us, you test it. Wherever the chips fall, they fall. You tell the world from an unbiased standpoint exactly what this is, exactly what this does. And they do that, proving the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. Now, ASEA Redox users, they enjoy cell signaling benefits. What does that mean? Well, it translates to health at its most foundational level. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, those 5 genes are the key 5 most important genes in your body. If any of those genes are misbehaving, then it will cause disbalance throughout other parts of your body, and it's kind of have a domino effect. They're very, very important set of genes. But the list goes on and on and on to what ASEA is activating in your body. Additionally, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Shown to lower oxidative stress. And this is important simply because oxidative stress is the precursor, is the kickoff to every degenerative condition. And it's also been shown, ASEA Redox, to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity, because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. So they're even better than natural. They're in us, they're in you, they're already there. Your body just can't make enough of them anymore. And we're simply topping your body back up to levels like it had when it was younger. So as Kaleen mentioned at the start, whether it's a health challenge you have or a loved one with a health challenge that you want to take care of, or whether it's you want to slow down and even reverse the effects of your aging, if you don't want to become old and unwell anytime soon, if you want to be a better athlete, you want to have higher levels of human performance, whatever health challenge or goal you can think of, Redox users and their doctors are seeing just remarkable results. And on the note of doctors, what I'd like to do is share a short video with you now with doctors speaking about this breakthrough.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So after speaking about cellular health from the inside out, now what we'd like to do very quickly is show you what that looks like from the outside in. We're able to do that with our topical versions of our redox signaling technology, Renew 28, Revitalizing Redox Gel, and our Renew Advance Intensive Redox Serum. These technologies, these redox technologies, are enhanced by their complementary products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. Now, our cleanser and our moisturizer are not redox technologies, but they are all natural. They are all botanical. They're clinically tested, not by us. We don't do any of our own scientific studies. We put it into the hands of very big organizations. They're safe for all skin types. But in those clinical trials, 100% of the participants saw improvement in under 30 minutes. So let us share some pictures with you of some users out there in the field. You're going to see more than anti-aging effects. You're going to see age reversing effects, lines and wrinkles being ironed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being replenished, being repaired. Even the aftermath of some of these conditions being brought back to the body's blueprint, being brought back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, some people notice results very quickly, like Rosie here, after just 7 weeks. Look at the difference in her. Now, she didn't see it because she didn't take any photos. In fact, she believed that it wasn't working. She went back to her doctor who recommended these products to her and said, it's not working. And luckily the doctor had taken photos. And when Rosie and the doctor sat down and looked at the photos, what do you think Rosie thought then? And have a look at the difference over 3 years. Quite incredible. So the moral of the story here is, well, there's 2 morals of the story here. Number 1, take pictures, take record, take inventory of yourself from head to toe, inside out. Make sure you give yourself a scorecard of what's going on and a photographic record. But the other moral of this story is that some people notice results right away, whereas others take longer to notice the difference. Here's a lady over 7 months. Scientifically, redox molecules are redox molecules. They're the same in you as they are in me, as they are in my pet cat, as they are in the plants outside. Wherever there's wherever there's life, there's cells. And if there's more than 2 cells or more, there's redox signaling molecules. And so scientifically, they work. It would be impossible for redox signaling molecules to not work in you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice that change. Now, this is Dr. Marty Moran. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Spot the difference if you can. Put it in the chat box. Let me give you some clues along the way. Have a look at the corners of the mouth, the lines running down either side. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the nose. Have a look at the cheeks, not just the lines, but some of the bunched up skin there. Here's a really interesting one. Have a look at the side of the face that the glasses seem to be slanting to, maybe suggesting some sloping, some droopiness on that side of the face. So if you guessed that it was the left side or his right side that he used it on, you're absolutely correct. And also I confirmed this with Dr. Marty Moran. It was very important that I made sure that this was fact, and it is. That Dr. Marty Moran's wife preferred to sleep on the right-hand side of the bed during this experiment because she really digged that younger dude on the other side. But it's not just for your face, hands, bellies, arms. You could use the Renew 28 anywhere topically, and you'll be able to get a benefit. But here's an interesting study that was done by Dermatest, a world-renowned dermatological Testing Institute or Scientific Institute, there was a lot of reports coming from around the world of people putting on the Renew 28 and their cellulite was disappearing. And so this scientific organization did a study, and what they found after just 12 weeks of doing ultrasounds of people using the Renew 28 where they had cellulite, the subcutaneous fat, the fat that was causing the cellulite, was being dissolved after just 12 weeks, and therefore a reduction in the appearance of cellulite. Now, we have people also who have muscle and joint problems, challenges, discomforts, and they'll use the Renew 28 gel there, and they can notice a result inside of about 5 or 10 minutes. Talk to the person who introduced you here this evening and do that test with them. This is my good friend Sepp Hock, lives in on the Gold Coast as well, in Noosa on the Sunshine Coast. He had a little spot on the inside that grew to a very big and very scary problem on the inside, and Sepp's doctor didn't believe that Sepp would require the second visit to see him because patients in Sepp's position just simply aren't around and available for the second opinion, the second consultation. And Sepp made it to the second, the third, the fourth, and however many he needed after that, to the point where he doesn't need any consultations now, no regular ones certainly anyway. Sepp's all good. He no longer has a health or a life concern. He was very diligent using the redox molecules from the outside in and the inside out too. Now, it is a historical truth, an historical fact, that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And what we're sharing with you right now is the greatest and truly most significant health and life science breakthrough. Maybe not just of our lifetime, maybe of several lifetimes. ASEA is based in Nobel Prize winning research. In fact, if you went along to pubmed.gov and you typed in redox signaling, you would see there are well over 30,000 results. In fact, this slide is already outdated by a few times because there's more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. It's very difficult for me to keep up with this slide. Over 1,500 medical textbooks have been written on redox signaling molecules, and there have now been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded to research in this field. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two very simple reasons. Number one, everyone else thought it was impossible to create and stabilize redox molecules outside of the body before. And also, ASEA is heavily patented. That means that we are without copycats. That means that we are without competition. And that is just one of our strategic advantages that creates virtually infinite opportunity. ASEA holds massive commercial opportunities across all health science sectors, whether it be health care or wellness or sports science, athletic performance, or whether it be beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion, with a capital T, dollar industries. And ASEA not only serves them all, but gets to a depth and level of achievement in the human body like no other product or technology in the world can. And we're the only ones that have it. And scientifically, it works on everybody and everybody needs it. Tremendous opportunity. But our mission is what is most important. It is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people. Now, we can't do that all on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word, share the word. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing redox with others. You receive a residual income, not only from the ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, but also from the ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. So just like in your every other day life, when you recommend good movies, good Netflix series, good restaurants, cafes, books, cars, holidays, clothes, whatever, people tell people who tell other people who begin to tell even more people and put it on social media and spread it around the world. And we are worldwide. There's no limits, borderless. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. And based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. Some are saying this is conservative and that $1 billion is very possible. So this is everybody's opportunity to ride the coattails the coattails of this enormous international global expansion of this company that sincerely wants to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. So for those of you who may be looking, maybe today more than ever, for a supplementary income, or maybe unfortunately more so a completely income that needs to be replaced. But whether you're just looking for a side hustle or an extra or a part-time or a full-time, or I just wish I had more time, or a big time, or maybe a legacy leaving income for your loved ones. For business-minded people, again, this is a very big opportunity to be paid a residual commission from the growth of this massive global expansion. But it's better than the money. It's the lives that we better. There's nothing better. There is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. And you get to join forces with people like this, people who are taking this mission to heart and to the world, who also want to be a tremendous force for good in the world, who are tremendous people. Now, you can even be rewarded with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations around the world to spend time with these people, to be rewarded for becoming, more and becoming, a greater advocate of this mission. And you get to have a really great time and spend time networking with these great people, becoming great friends. Now, I want to tell you how this organization started, because it's coming out in a peculiar way. And when I first saw this, I thought, well, if it's so great, why isn't my doctor telling me about this? Well, the truth is that the redox signaling molecules in ASEA are so impactful on the human condition that pharmaceutical companies did offer to pay millions of dollars for the sole rights to the technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down. They wanted to take everyone off the redox. Now, concerned by this, thankfully, founders of ASEA, Virtus Norden and son Tyler Norden, they said no to the payout and yes to the people already experiencing the greatly needed life-changing power of these redox signaling molecules, because what it started for them as a business play had now turned into a great sense of purpose. When they saw the effects that this technology was having on people, they knew that these people needed to continue to have access to those life-changing effects, and so did the world. And as demonstrated in this very first and important decision to say no to payouts and yes to people, and in every other sense, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. And that's why you're hearing about this today. So get back with the person who shared this presentation with you. Don't worry about what the time is in your part of the world. They'll be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here. Let them know what you like best about it. If you have any questions, ask them. It's very easy to find the answers. There's plenty of university studies and real people's life-changing experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. And we want to help you. Our motto here is to believe, belong, and become more, because in truth, it's what you become that determines your income in life. And there are far greater things than money that will be your income. I hope you'll become a part of this redox reality at the very least, to be able to live healthier, younger, stronger, longer. We'd love to see that for you. But we hope you'll be able to invite many, many others to do the same, because here's the truth. As you better the lives of others, your life will become better. And as you become more and more of a force for good in the world with our organization, your life will be filled with more good as well. So thank you. I hope you'll always be happy, safe, secure, and well. Thanks again for having me here, Kaleen. I'll hand it back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. That was fantastic. So next we're going to have a live testimony from Dan Doyle. And Dan Doyle happens to also just be an incredible global entrepreneur, but also really had a phenomenal experience with the product itself. Danny, are you with us tonight?
I am, Kaleen. How you doing?
Fantastic. Good. I'm glad you can join us. Danny's been with us consistently, but he recently moved to Hawaii and had to wait for setting up internet access, if you can imagine, in our worlds of technology. So Danny, we're really glad that you can jump back in this week.
Trust me, I'm really glad to have Wi-Fi on and join you guys this week. Thanks, Kaleen. Thank you, Stevie Aquilina. Great to be back. I've been missing this call. I've been on the call, but not physically participating in the presentation. But great to be back with you guys today. Incredible validation there from a heap of doctors. The video that Stevie played, very, very high impact product, obviously, helping a lot of people no matter what they're going through with their health, no matter what age. So we've got something absolutely amazing here, guys. It will be the most impactful gift that you can hand anybody or receive in your entire life. I'm going to go through my story, my journey to here today. It's going to be a very, very long story short. And this is what we do. This is all we do. We share our stories. We share our testimonials with people. And there's an incredible private Facebook page called ASEA Healthy Self. If you're not on that page, if you haven't been invited, just go back to the person who invited you on this call and they can invite you to that page. You're going to see and hear a lot of testimonials of people and stories and what they've experienced from the products and the benefits that they've received. And I'm going to go through my story as well. As I said, it's going to be long story short. If you want to see the long version, just go to YouTube and just put in ASEA Dan Doyle, and there's a heap of YouTube videos that will come up, keeping in mind that you need to go back to the person who introduced you if you want to get access to these incredible products. So before I do that, and Stevie mentioned it, before I go into my story, just want to go through the company disclaimer that these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We have a phenomenal technology. We have a phenomenal product that can actually help the body or signal the body to heal itself, to find the damage and then signal our systems to come in and deal with where the problem is. Okay, so grew up in Sydney, Australia, based here in Honolulu in Hawaii now. Played a lot of sports growing up, including this one, bodybuilding, very successful back in the day. Product of the product. I owned my own gym back then, and this was my life. Fast forward from 24 to 44, and still looked after my health. Wasn't a bodybuilder. A lot of cardiovascular work. Thank goodness I was in this condition because I found a little lump underneath my left rib, and 6 months later, thrown into hospital. 2.5 years of hospital visits. That's me on the right-hand side, 6 months after that last photo in May 2011. This was the start of my journey that I didn't want to go through. What I went through in that hospital, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. No hair from the top of my head to my toes. This is a friend of mine, Johnny Manna, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. Unfortunately, after this photo was taken, because Johnny had been through those hospital visits that I'd been through, his issue came back and we lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of those hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. I made a decision to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands and did some research. Research led to an alkaline diet. It led to a lot of good products from a lot of good companies from around the world. I was taking products from Zango, Isogenics, LifeVantage, Max Products, Kangen Water, all of their top marquee products I was taking religiously, and I was taking them with the best diet that I could be on to try and suffocate this thing within. And these were the results. 2 years taking all those products on that alkaline diet, my body was still heading in the wrong direction. Blood works was still heading in the wrong direction. What you can see here is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. Bart Cotter calls me, a good friend of mine. He said, I think I found something that can help. Flew to Salt Lake City, started on the product. 3 days I had incredible results. Day one, went through a major detox. Day two, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away. Any more than 2 coffees, buckled over, discomfort all day. And the next day, I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. That day, the third day, my lungs were functioning absolutely perfect. So they were quick results in a short period of time. Now, fast forward, and I went back to Australia. I kept drinking the product. Now, the problem was we came from being very successful in traditional business. I've built 20 traditional businesses over 20 years. And by that stage, we had financially lost everything. So I could only afford 1 bottle per week. 1 bottle is enough for someone who's 100% healthy, but not for someone who's 100% not healthy. So I persisted with drinking the maintenance amount. I was anxious with that. I was stressed with that, knowing I needed a lot more product. I started sharing ASEA with family and friends. People started taking the product. They started getting results. The company started sending me thank you checks. Those thank you checks were reinvested back into my health. So June 2015, 8 months after I started on the product, I started drinking more product. 6 months later, 14 months after I started on the ASEA, the doctors gave me some very good news. And this is a photo on the day when they told me there was no sign of those 2 major issues that I had. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports, neck, back, hip problems, hand problems, shoulder problem, all these things that were turning into a crippling issue as I was getting older. All these things had gone away, including 20 years of pollen problems where I would sneeze all day, my nose would run, all sorts of lumps and bumps, and you can see the condition of my skin even in this photo. Even though I was looking a lot better, all these things went away or started to go away. Fast forward, after my health was returned 2 years, and you can see my skin a lot clearer again. You can see the anti-aging effects of what this product, what this technology can do. Just going to take you guys back to Celebrity Squares, unshare my screen, and say hello physically. Here we go. Hey guys, how you doing? So that was my journey back to health, looking younger, feeling younger, and nothing's changed today. Still got 100% health, still feeling absolutely fantastic, still sharing ASEA with the world. If you look at the business opportunity, I had built and sold 20 traditional businesses, and everything that I've done pales in comparison to what we have now as far as an opportunity. First 12 months from going from nothing in the bank to traveling anywhere we wanted to go and when we wanted to do it. So it's an incredible opportunity. The biggest thing that I've got out of this, though, is the satisfaction of what this product can do for people. So to be able to help people with something that we know is scientifically impossible not to work is just absolutely amazing. To be able to follow in the founders' footsteps, Vertus and Tyler Norden, for them to leave a legacy, for me to leave a legacy, Kaleen, Stevie, other leaders that are on this call, is just absolutely mind-blowing. So not here to sell you absolutely anything at all or convince you of anything, but have a look at this product for yourself for the sake of you, your health, your family's health, and possibly the opportunity to help us to help you to share this with the world as well. Thank you, Kaleen. I'll hand back to you, and thank you everybody for coming on.
You're muted,
Okay.
Kaleen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great. Can you hear me? I know I've got a bull bait on my screen. It's always interesting. Where certain functions don't work when I do my share screen. Okay, so thank you, Danny. Amazing story as always. It's good to get some real, just real experience on how this really changes lives with people. So guys, this is near the end of our presentation, and then we're going to go to live question and answer. I just want to quickly give you some reality on how you can take advantage of this. So usually at this point, you're either going, wow, I really want to order the product, and we're going to tell you how you can do that. Or you may also have decided, I'd love to share this with others as well. I've been looking for that. I've been wanting to have additional income on whatever level, and I'll go over that briefly. And you also may have questions, and as you know, we welcome those questions. You can even start to put them in the chat box, and you can certainly ask them live in just a moment. Okay, so the first thing is, again, just kind of a quick visual image of the overall product line. Our niche obviously here is, again, in the world of cellular health. So anything that's improving cellular health. So you've got the blue bottles here on the left are the drink. It comes 4 bottles to a case. And on the far right, you've got the topical gel. You saw some amazing before and after pictures of people doing the drink and the topical gel together, that Renew 28. And then also, as part of a topical resource, we have an amazing clean organic skincare line as well that works for all skin types. I was very sensitive myself, always with what I put on my skin, and I love the skincare. It's amazing. I've been using it for at least 2 years. And then in the middle there, where you have the rainbow of colors, are what we would call the raw materials, right? which are very high quality whole food nutrition with a patented absorption complex built right into the formulas, which I think is really important because, as you all know, it's not necessarily what you eat or consume, it's can you absorb it. And so the company really thought that through in making sure that they put that absorption formula right in there. So no matter what your gut or digestion health is, you're going to be guaranteed to absorb, most of this nutrition, okay? So I'm going to go to the next image here. And I want you guys to know too that I learned about this breakthrough about 3.5 years ago by going to a live wellness seminar that was actually led by Dan Doyle. He was on the East Coast of the US at that time. And got to sample the product and get my questions answered. Just like those of you that are guests tonight, we're just virtual now instead of in person. And the cool thing about that is it allows us to come together as a community on a global level, as opposed to just driving distance. So I really, in some ways, love the fact that that's the gift that having virtual meetings has done for us. So again, you may just want to be a consumer of the product and live younger and longer and experience better health. And from that, you can choose to buy it full price or buy the product wholesale. If you'd love to also share the breakthrough as a business with others, we can certainly teach you how to do that. There's incredible systems already in place. And some people do it just as a way to pay for their product. Share with a few friends and family. Others want to have some additional part-time income, as Stevie mentioned in his presentation. Or you might want to eventually replace your full-time income or have a whole lifestyle change with your income. So you get to decide. It's completely based on your own desires and your own visions and goals. And then we, as your fellow team members and business partners, help you achieve that. This graph is really important from an educational standpoint as a consumer. So what this represents is that we found with over 10 years of consumer knowledge, this product is now entering its 10th year on the market globally, is that only about 15% of people that particularly try the drink, I usually have my bottle right here, I apologize, the blue bottle, will see a result in their first week or even really their first month. It's still pretty low, which is why we don't just give a bottle to someone. So if you are a guest, don't go back to the person that asked you, hey, can I just try a bottle? You're going to do it yourself a disservice. It's kind of like when the doctor prescribes antibiotics and you really need to take it for 14 days and you take it for 2 days, right? Or even some nutrition protocols. You've got to really follow what we found is the most successful to really measure how this product is working for you is to do a standard 3-month trial, particularly on the drink. With the topical gel, sure, you can buy a tube, test it for a full 30 days. You saw the before and afters of Dr. Marty Marin. Within 30 days, he could really perceive a difference, okay? So that's what this graph is showing, is definitely, I really say give it 6 months, but you wanna definitely commit to 3 months, get a good product plan worked out by the person that invited you, and understand how to take it. It's a little bit different than maybe other things that you might take, and then start tracking your results, and you'll have a great time. This again just refers back to the idea that you can get the product wholesale. When you do that, you save 25% off the full price of the products. You can do that by being what's called a preferred customer. It's just a pure customer account. There's no fee to open up that account. You just would need to be regularly ordering the product to maintain the wholesale price. And there is a full price account like that as well, where you just pay full price and order whenever you want. Or you can choose an associate account. It has I'm going to give you currency in US dollars, but obviously this would cleanly translate to the currency of the country that you live in. And you would be buying the product in your own country, in your own currency, and have it shipped locally, not from the US, okay? Because we are a global market, which is amazing. So there's a one-time fee of the equivalent of $40 US if you're signing up in the US or wherever you are in the world. And then just and every year, if you continue to choose to keep this account active, then you would just pay $25 US or the equivalent in your currency every year. Okay. And with that, you get phenomenal websites that support you and additional discounts when you first order your product. It's also important to know that this is very low risk. First of all, because the product is safe and non-toxic, but also because the company gives you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Stevie or Danny, I need help muting someone if you can help me with that. So this is what I love about this. You can, even if you've started to consume the product, but you decide in your first 30 days that this product is not for you, the company will give you a full refund minus your shipping cost. Now, keep in mind, if you choose to order the product on a third-party website like eBay or Amazon, sometimes you see it there. That's not an approved place for product, but obviously it's a free market in the world. Some people will sell product there. The unfortunate thing is you now lose the quality control directly from our headquarters where we produce the product. And you don't get this refund policy. You don't know if the product's expired. You're not getting the consumer education that you would get directly from your distributor. So definitely make sure. It may look like you're saving money. In the end, with all the discounts that we build in, plus the 30-day money back guarantee, it's always better to get it directly from an ASEA distributor, okay? Just a couple more slides. This just gives you visuals on the concept that when you open up the associate account, you can use it as a consumer and be a distributor to yourself. You could choose to then activate the business side as well. But the very cool thing about these particular, this particular account is you do have first-time enrollment packages where you can choose to buy the product in bulk, especially with the idea that you're going to invest in 3 to 6 months on the product at least. You may have family members you want to get on the product. If you're doing the business, you might enjoy having some samples, though we don't require you to distribute it directly to people. You let the company do that. But the very cool thing right now, too, is in the US, or let's say, sorry, in North America, as well as Mexico, Europe, and Australia, New Zealand areas, and there are promotions in Asia as well, a little bit different, that when you do this first-time order with this account, you actually get phenomenal free product back and discounts on your next order as well. So it allows you to really save money on your first 2 orders. So again, make sure to ask the person that invited you to really explain the current savings. It's called the Bounce Back Savings Promotion, okay? And you can see just with normal wholesale prices, you're gifted free product. You save quite a bit of money by buying things in bulk. Some people choose to have a little bit of everything, so they can sample the nutrition, the skincare, and the drink and gel, or you can custom build it. And that's what this shows. When you're actually ordering on the person's website to set up your own account, you can custom build whatever it is you want to order on that first order. And then we have a very user-friendly auto ship, okay? And the advantage of the auto ship is that you build up loyalty points that you can redeem for free product. And so it brings the cost down even more from the savings you get on the wholesale price. And it's very user-friendly. You fully access it. You can call customer service and have them change orders for you, or go right into your computer or phone onto your account and change it in seconds. And so I love that. I love my auto ship. I'm going to end officially the presentation tonight with a quote from our founder, Vertus Norton, co-founder. Tyler Norton, his son, is also a founder in the company. And he says here, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." So this should just give you a little bit of insight on the extraordinary vision of the founders of this company. It's a family-owned company. They have a huge vision to help people change their lives on a global level and to give them a safe, non-toxic, complementary health resource that you can use and incorporate into your own life. And it really is life-changing. It's already been changing thousands of people's lives. So wherever you are tonight, don't take too much time. Really get your questions answered tonight with us, for sure, or with the person that invited you. And particularly with the savings going on for the next 2 weeks, this is the time to get started and try the product. And we also welcome, now that you know this phenomenal way that the body does heal and repair itself at the cellular level. This is not the first time you're going to hear about redox cell signaling molecules. Trust me, this is going to become a household name and an understanding within our medical community as well of the vital way that we can age better and prevent illnesses and challenges in the future. So definitely help us be ambassadors and spread this understanding out into the world. And thank you for joining us tonight. So with that, I'm going to end my share screen and go back to, as Danny said, our celebrity squares, and invite anybody at this point. You can unmute yourself and ask some questions. We've got just a few more minutes with questions, and I will let you know that at the top of the hour, those of us that are field educators and distributors of the product will have the opportunity to do some business training. If you're a guest, you're welcome to stay for that. or after you get your questions answered, you can jump off. Stevie, do we have anything in the chat here?